Politics. It has controlled our lives for years, for centuries. Whether you're interested or not, it has. But the one thing that amazes me is that the core of politics is so simple. Left and right. And sometimes, in some countries, you have the middle. It's a spectrum, right? Oh, that party leans more to the right. But yet, no one truly understands it. We understand just enough so they can make us do what they want. Vote.
Tomorrow is Election Day for millions of Americans, including those in
decisive victory against the nationalist far.
The President of the United States! Go on!
Elected Member of Parliament for the Gorton and Denton.
Election Day, the day the world divides itself into two sides, left and right. The day they care about us. Just for a moment, the future looks bright. If your favorite candidate wins, just for a moment. I am not here to discredit politics or the system we live in. I am merely here to educate you, because the left and right that we know is wrong. There's no theory, no conspiracy, just education. If they wanted to explain it properly, I wouldn't be here in the middle of the night writing this script, with typing mistakes, by the way. All right, enough said. Let's dive in. Let me make a prediction. Half of the people watching this think they already understand politics. The other half think everyone else is stupid. Both groups are wrong. Because the biggest misconception about politics is that it's simple. It's not. It's just drawn badly. On the economic left, government plays a strong role in shaping the economy. Higher taxes, corporate regulation, welfare systems, redistribution. The priority? Economic equality. If someone accumulates massive wealth, the system should rebalance it. Not because success is evil, but because extreme inequality destabilizes society. Not nice, not greedy, equality. Here's where it gets interesting. You can believe all of this and still hate government control over your personal life. Hold that thought. On the economic right, markets should be free. Lower taxes, less regulation, private competition, minimal state interference. The priority? Economic freedom. If you succeed, you keep it. If you fail, the market decides. Not selfish, freedom. But here's what rarely gets explained. This debate tells you nothing about someone's views on personal liberty. Nothing. And that's where everything changes. Politics asks two separate questions. Who controls the economy? And how much control should government have over your personal life? That second question is the vertical axis. At the top, authoritarian. At the bottom, libertarian. And this is where conversations explode, because people constantly mix these axes together. Libertarian philosophy says individual freedom is the highest value. Government should interfere as little as possible in speech, lifestyle, privacy, personal choices. Even if people make bad decisions, freedom matters more. Adults can handle freedom. Now imagine someone who believes in high taxes, but also believes government should stay out of their personal life. Where do they fit? Not on a line, on a map. Authoritarian philosophy prioritizes order and stability. Government may restrict freedoms to preserve security, national identity, or moral standards. The belief is simple. Unrestricted freedom can fracture society. Order first, freedom second. Now combine this with economic left or economic right, and suddenly you have four completely different political personalities. Top left, top right. Bottom left, bottom right. This is the political compass. Two people can both be right-wing and disagree on almost everything. Two people can both be left-wing and clash constantly because they only share one axis, authoritarian left. Economic equality. Strong, centralized control. Authoritarian right. Market economy. Strong national authority. Libertarian left. Economic redistribution. Maximum personal freedom. Libertarian right. Free markets. Maximum personal freedom. 4 combinations. 4 priorities. 4 visions of society. Not chaos. Structure. 4 philosophies that shape nations. 4 blueprints for how humans should live together. 4 answers to the same 2 questions. Who controls the money? Who controls your life? Shift one axis, and the entire worldview changes. You can have equality without control. You can have freedom without markets. You can have order without redistribution. You can have markets with no moral rules. These are not minor differences. They create different cultures, different governments, different futures. And the world's loudest arguments are usually between people who exist in different quadrants, but think they're in the same one. They hear the same words, but live in different meanings. One hears freedom and thinks economy. The other hears freedom and thinks privacy. One hears control and thinks structure. The other hears control and thinks oppression. Same vocabulary, different universe. And once you understand the quadrants, once you see the map, you start noticing something. No one is truly left. No one is truly right. People are coordinates, not colors. Coordinates, not teams. So here we are, at the edge of the map, at the place they never showed you. The place where politics stops being a team sport and becomes a mirror. A mirror that doesn't ask, who do you support, but instead asks, what do you actually value? And that question stays with you long after the video ends. Because once you've seen the coordinates, once you've seen the axes, the quadrants, the structure beneath the shouting, you can't go back. You can't unhear what the arguments are really about. You can't unsee the patterns in the chaos. You can't pretend the world is just left or right when you know it never was. And suddenly, the noise makes sense. The division makes sense. The confusion makes sense. Not because people are foolish, not because people are brainwashed, but because they were taught a map with half the ink missing. But now you see the whole page. You see why nations clash, why movements rise, why debates repeat, why societies split not down the middle, but across 2 invisible lines. And more importantly, you see where you stand, not where they told you to stand, not where your friends or parents or party placed you, where you stand, your coordinates, your values, your priorities, your philosophy. And that clarity changes everything. Because once you know the shape of your beliefs, no slogan can drag you blindly. No headline can pull your strings. No politician can herd you like a color on a chart. You stop being predictable. You stop being programmable. You stop being easy to divide. And maybe, just maybe, that's the one thing the world needs most. People who think, people who see, people who know the map and refuse to be trapped by it. Because politics wasn't supposed to be a battlefield. It wasn't supposed to be a sport, or a brand, or a weapon. It was supposed to be a conversation about how we live, how we grow, and how we move forward together. Not good versus evil, not blue versus red, not left versus right. Just humans trying to organize a world far more complex than a line. And now that you see the full map, The real question is simple. Where will you go from here? Because once you understand the compass, the shouting gets quieter, the anger fades, the labels shrink, and the world becomes a little less divided and a lot more understandable. Politics didn't change. You did.